Good afternoon and welcome to live coverage of the Dritte Liga in Germany, the third league. It's Matchday 21 and we have the match between Uerdingen and Bayern 2, the Bayern reserves, for you this afternoon. So the match is taking place left in the red and blue stripes. Bayern all in white today and coming in with the early foul already. So there is Kevin Grosskreutz, a man you know from his Dortmund days. As I said, Bayern struggling in attack, but they do have Xerxes, Batista Meyer and Dayaku to go forwards. Ken also supporting them on the right-hand side. Let's see how this match pans out between these two. So Uerdingen then have been in decent form under Stefan Reisinger, who is their actual coach, although he doesn't have a license, so the front man is Daniel Steuernagel. Stefan Effenberg is their director of football. As I said, a very, very ambitious club, Uerdingen. We'll be hoping for an improved second half of the season compared to before the winter break, and also hoping for a better second half to the season than last year, when they had the worst record in the league, as they eventually finished 11th, having been third going into the winter break. Absolute disaster for them this time last year. I'm hoping for far better this time out. So they have signed two new players to help them out. Giedvainis of Lithuania and Kobila of Bosnia, both coming in, a centre-back and attacking midfielder. Not involved today due to registration problems. And also Reisinger saying before the match they wouldn't have been involved anyway had they been successfully registered, as they're not up to speed with how the team play as yet, having only signed in the week. And their top scorer is Burak, going forward with 8 goals. And it is their goal scoring which is their problem, though. He's the only man who seems to be able to stick the ball in the back of the net. Having said that, they have an excellent defensive record. 26 conceded, but only 24 scored. Speaks volumes, really. And with a win today, they could potentially go 6th. And they struggle as well, playing at home. It's because it's a neutral ground for them, obviously. They've only got 3 wins here so far this season. But against Bayern away from home, they slipped up 2-1 as Dauber saw red. Vriet and Meyer both scoring for Bayern. Evina with the goal back. They equalised, but then conceded in the second half to Baptista Meyer. For Sebastian Hoeneß, who we're hoping his team can win today. They're currently 15th, just above the drop zone. They have an excellent attack, 35 goals scored, but it's defending that's their problem, and stamina, I would say, with 42 conceded. Although they did sign a very promising young player in Nicolas Kuhn from Ajax on loan. One of the big bright lights of German football in the younger ranks. And potentially a signing for the first team as well. You'd have to say there is a view towards that. But they've got no wins in 6, only 1 win in 9. That's not good enough at this level. Before that run, they had won 3 in a row. But it's rather like the wheels have come off as the season has gone on. As I said, stamina is a problem for them. Also chopping and changing the team when the first team want to promote players to help them out. As we see them going forwards here down the left-hand side with Kuhn breaking forward from left back. He's tracked there by Boubacar Barry. It's out for the corner by the looks of it. See the new signing Kuhn for them. Let's see if he comes on for his debut today. So 5 minutes played, goalless so far. As we see the first corner to be delivered in here, a left footer, so an outswinger for Bayern to maybe get some tracks going here. The header comes in, away by Grosskreutz, or half away at least. They can't clear their lines here, Uerdingen, and it's off the line by Lukemia. Baptista Meyer hammering in the volley there on target. And in the end, Uerdingen clearing under duress as Zirkzee tries to cause more problems, and it's come off Lukemia for the corner this time. Uerdingen just looking a little sleepy in defence here, but luckily their captain Lukemia managed just to position himself really well for that eventual shot coming in. The goalkeeper, Königshofer, was beaten all ends up. As the corner comes in again here. Cleared better this time by Uerdingen. Bayern being forced to go all the way back to Fruchtel. Just coming outside his box to pick up possession. Finding his left back here, Kuhn. Drifting out of play, but Grosskreutz will take the throw in quickly here. In fact, he just has to pause. As Bayern have started very, very well here in the opening 6.5 minutes. Need to keep this up for the 90 minutes though. Konrad picking it up in defensive midfield for Uerdingen. To the left here, Dorda trying to break forward from left back. As I said, they have a really fine squad with the experience of Marot here, for example, former Köln player, down the wing. That's a decent challenge coming in on Rodriguez. At the moment, Bayern just managing to hold Uerdingen at arm's length. Indeed, starting this game better in an attacking sense as well. As Mai Plays the ball out to Yilmaz here, playing right back this evening, or this afternoon I should say. This is Richards at centre-back. Only plays at the full-back position. It's a bit of a shift for him. Let's see how he deals with that. Again, keeping possession well here, Bayern. As the ball is flicked on here. I think there's an offside flag raised there. Good line from Uerdingen to play Dayaku. Off. As we see, rising up there on the right-hand side. He's the real coach for them. Officially, it's Daniel Steuernagel next to him, who is the front man. Just while Reisinger gets his licenses in order. He's learning on the job as well, and it's a big job as well at this level, Uerdingen, especially with, as I mentioned, their ambition. Now Zirkzee there steps in, trying to take on Leukemia. And Leukemia's done very well to keep it away from him and then clear down the wing. Well, at the moment it's one-way traffic, and you would think that the team in white, Bayern, are the home side at the moment. Uerdingen not settling at all. Now they win the ball, Uerdingen in midfield, but that floated ball there towards Bura, easily picked up by Mai. With almost 10 minutes on the clock, Bayern can again go on the attack here. Yilmaz, though, just held up by Barry. Looks as though those two are going to have a good battle. Coming forward, trying to create something. Exciting left back likes to bomb forward as much as possible. As the throw-in comes here, this is Dayaku, and it's deflected on its way across and out for another corner for Bayern. Uerdingen there almost caught cold. Was the man who had to drop back into the defensive line to help out there and track that run. A short corner this time. And a chance maybe from the edge of the box as it's whipped in the direction of Zirkzee, who has to get on the end of the clearance instead. Very sharp start from Bayern here. Really struggling just to hold on to the ball for a couple of passes. Maybe their chance to come forward now. This is Dorda. Leukemia and Marot. The ball forward. Searching one for Bura, trying to nod it on there for Rodriguez. Quite get on to the end of that little header down though. He's good with some nice skill there. This ball drifted forwards here, up towards Dayaku. Zirkzee. Uerdingen, you just feel need to get back to basics here, keep the ball for a while. Instead they go long towards Bura, who is brought down in the end by Richards. And plenty of Bayern fans making the trip here to Dusseldorf to catch this game between Uerdingen and Bayern 2. block looking pretty packed, actually. Of course, the first team played yesterday, beating Schalke by 5-0, so they'll be in celebratory mood anyway. Bayern fans using the Sunday without a game for the first team to check out the second side. Potentially the future players in the Bayern first team squad. Sebastian Hoeneß on the sidelines, and he'll be very happy with the start his team have made. They need to make their dominance count here with goals. Of course, they're missing their main striker, Vried, their top scorer, with 13 goals so far. As well as the creativity of Singh in midfield. From New Zealand. There's a lovely flick over the top there and nearly finding the run of Batista Meyer. Königshofer, though, quite happy, the Austrian, to get a hold of the ball in the end. As we're into the 15th minute, still goalless, but Uerdingen are under pressure. Incidentally, there's another match going on. It's in the second half between 1860 and Braunschweig, and 1860 winning that one so far by 2-1. As Uerdingen do drop down to 10th as it stands. If it stays that way and Uerdingen win, they will go level on points with Eintracht Braunschweig. Have a far better goal difference. As there's a chance here, the first shot coming in for Uerdingen. And Fluker there was angry with himself that he didn't really cause the goalkeeper more of a problem than that. Fruchtel straight down his throat there. As he fired it in left-footed first time. But just a glimpse there of what Uerdingen can do. Although Zirkzee here is looking to punish them on the counter-attack. His ball in, though, is picked up by the Uerdingen defence as they clear their lines. And suddenly the game has opened up here on 15 minutes. Richards. The kind of excitement that we're looking for, an end-to-end entertaining game between these two, if possible. There's a low ball in this time. It's left, and Zirkzee gets the shot in and saved by Königshofer. He's got his head in his hands as the chance was a good one, he thought, the man from the Netherlands. He should have finished off that chance. It was a lovely dummy to open up the opportunity for the strike for him. Kuhn going at the heart of the defence, trying a Marseille turn, which is seen off by Moreau and then just dragged back there in the end by the same player. Zirkzee could have placed his shot better, but perhaps he didn't see the opportunity for the dummy. He was maybe surprised that the ball ended up at his feet. Longer ball forward for Uerdingen. And the sliding challenge, brilliant there from Mai to get it away from the run of Rodriguez. Straight back at them now, though. As they've woken from their slumber, it would appear, Uerdingen here. After a dodgy first 15 minutes. Bayern looking to come on the quick counter there. The longer ball towards Zirkzee, not into his run, however. for the handball there. Not too much in it for me. Still, it was who did get it away. That would have been very harsh had a penalty been given for that one. Grosskreutz deciding to carry the ball forwards here to try and take on Kern and Kuhn. Wins the throw in on the right hand side. Quickly. Bomb out to the left hand side here for Dorda. Ball to the edge of the box. And in the end, the slide roll pass back towards the fullback, not quite coming off. Zirkzee there does really well in the challenge to find Baptista Mayer. 2 against 3. As Dayoko looks to go around Leukemia. Munich's Hofer coming out there just to help out the defender who showed good strength. Kuhn coming up towards 20 minutes played and still goalless here. Has opened up in the last 5 minutes or so. Uerdingen starting to play their football a little more. And perhaps missing their striker Vried. The chances they've had so far, you would have backed him to score. There's a run forward here from Yilmaz, which has gone on track, but the Bayern players haven't seen him. Deciding to play down the left-hand side, and in the end it's given away to Grosskreutz, who is then fouled by Kuhn. Poor ball there from Uerdingen. Allows Bayern to come forward again here. Fans must be enjoying what they're seeing here so far. The away followers. That's it with the hold-up play. He's so strong. Can drop back into midfield and still hold the ball up with his back to goal. Yilmaz just float that one towards Zirkzee, but it's well dealt with in the end by the defender there. Grosskreutz just chesting it back to his own keeper. The offside flag raised again there against Dayoko. He's rising, thinking of making a tactical switch here. His team just struggling at the moment to hold on to the ball, and they have managed to keep possession for a while. They've caused Bayern trouble, but it's only been on 1 or 2 occasions. There's a chance here to come forward for Barry, who's in the clear down the right-hand side. His low ball in, no, he's packed away by Kuhn. He didn't have too many options in the box, it has to be said. So the corner then, midway through the first half for Uerdingen. Will be Rodriguez to take. cause problems here for the Bayern defence, I wonder. Need a good delivery from Rodriguez. So in it comes and headed away at the near post area. Müller doing a good defensive job there. Will come straight back in though, as the goalkeeper's come a long way to punch, and then the offside flag being raised anyway. As though the shot was going to come back in again, but no chance for Uerdingen. Ball comes in here, and Leukemia, well, it's a disaster for him, as Bayern have finally gone ahead, and it's an own goal from the captain, Leukemia, that has given it to them. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. 25th minute, he took the swipe there at the cross, misjudging it completely, and it ends up in the bottom corner of the net. No chance for the goalkeeper, as it was Kuhn who delivered from the left-hand side, and he had to put something on it, Leukemia, with Batista Meyer just lurking behind him, and it flies off the side of his boot and into the bottom corner. Wow, this poor start from Uerdingen in this game is now compounded by falling behind to Bayern 2. They've got something to hold on to away from home. Well, he didn't look comfortable when he made the clearance. And the slice, a really nasty one. Beating his own goalkeeper, all ends up, and it's Uerdingen 0, Bayern 2 1. Plenty for Stefan Reisinger to think about here, alongside Daniel Steuernagel. Uerdingen do here to try and turn this around? Well, they need to do better than that, as Flücker runs into an offside position. Bayern certainly deserving the lead here. Surprised it took them 25 minutes to find it, and surprised also it was an own goal. Coming forward here, they're not just sitting on that one goal lead away from home. And Zirkzee has gone down. Play continues though, as Uerdingen spray the ball out towards the left-hand side, and Rodriguez. Dorda. That's an easy clearance for Mai. The defending today from Bayern has been absolutely perfect. The same cannot be said for Uerdingen, however. Towards Kuhn, who set up that own goal with a whipped cross. Zirkzee just dropping deep. Just delaying his goal kick here. 28 minutes in. Uerdingen need to get on with this as quickly as possible to try and turn the tide. Grosskreutz. They'll be looking to his experience to try and crack this Bayern side defence. Decision again going against Rodriguez there. It's a clearance there from Mai, just stretching to get it away from the runner. Offside anyway, didn't know that. He did really well to get something on it. As we come up towards the half-hour mark with the home side Uerdingen trailing to Bayern 5 by 1-0. Deserved lead as well for the away side. Uerdingen just a flash or two of what they can do between the 15th and 20th minutes, but aside from that, they've looked poor, despite these big name players at this level, the likes of Grosskreutz here, for example. Ball out towards Xerxes, brings it down to take on Barry. And just getting a foot to it. Bayern again picking up possession. And some nice football here. There's the ball just evading Xerxes. Batista Meyer there. And the players getting through an awful lot of work here to press Uerdingen and make it difficult for them, not giving them any space at all. As Grosskreutz tries to play it down the channel here. There's an interesting ball for the number 9, Bura. He goes for the chip, and it's onto the roof of the net. That was almost perfect from the number 9. As Fruchtel came out a long way to try and close down the angle, and it's a brilliant attempt from Bura. Mai was getting back there had it been on target, but he would have been struggling to clear, I think. But that's much, much better from the home team. Almost a sublime finish. Glimmer of hope there for Uerdingen. It was a lovely ball down the right to set up the chance. And just being caught a little bit flat there for once. As we go to the 33rd minute here. The time has flown by. There's barely been a stoppage in the game. Really only for the goal for Bayern. Goal from Leukemia. Floated back out towards Dorda. Luca. That's a lovely ball towards Rodriguez. And he can't quite wrap his left boot around it to cause any real trouble for Fruchtel there. And pick out the runners coming into the box. Thought that Bayern 5 would be struggling today without their main striker Vreit and the creativity in midfield of Singh. It's not turned out that way at all. It's been one-way traffic more or less in this first period. He's done them some good here as they look to do the double over Uerdingen. First match back after the winter break. Zirkzee looks very surprised that the whistle was blown there. It will be a Bayern free kick by the looks of it. Taking it quickly. Mai with the driven ball towards Baptiste Meyer. Handball is the call from the referee's assistant. Eagle-eyed, didn't look like it. Grosskreutz going on the overlap here, trying to support Barry. We've not really seen much of at all. Wrestling going on here between Kuhn and Barry, and Kuhn has done well to hold on to the ball. And in the end, the whistle blows for a free kick to his benefit. Just under 10 minutes to play before the break here, and Bayern 2 will be hoping to hold on to this lead. The way it's going, they may well be able to extend it. Going in at half-time. Uerdingen have just not been at the races at all, except for that attempted chip from the number 9 Bura. Dutchman almost catching out Fruchtel, but his shot landing on the roof of the net. Lukimia was not so lucky with his attempted clearance though from a Kuhn cross. Slicing into the bottom corner of his own net for the only goal so far. Yilmaz comes in, and then the shot there from range, easily handled by Königshofer. It was Weitzmüller who saw the opportunity to take it on as the ball was just breaking towards him. The side have been excellent in this first half so far. Rodriguez just cutting in field, and that's better play from Uerdingen, but great covering. They're coming in from Baptiste Meyer, tracking the run all the way to make the interception of the crucial point there. As the decision goes against Zirkzee there. It's been given the other way, but Uerdingen have picked up the possession anyway. A little bit more animated now on the sidelines from Sebastian Hoeneß. He knows how much this 3 points would mean to his team. On the table. Remain in 15th place as we started. It would be 5 points clear of the relegation zone, 5 points clear of Chemnitz. Looks a little bit more rosy for them. There's a big win by the looks of it coming soon for 1860 Munich as they're hammering Eintracht Braunschweig by 4-1. The match going on in the Dritte Liga. Only about 10 minutes to play still there. What a good afternoon for Braunschweig, who are 5th in the table. 1860 leaping up to 7th as it stands. Uerdingen, though, unable to make the simple passes even when they come forward. There's a Bayern slide player down, and now a little bit of afters, and the yellow card for Konrad. And another flashed in the direction of the Uerdingen players. Not sure if that was for leukemia. Just a little bit of needle coming here. I think frustration from the Uerdingen players. And that's Konrad's 5th yellow of the season as well. He'll be suspended for their next game, as we can see the foul coming in there. So we're going out 5 minutes to go now before half-time. The ball played back by Uerdingen, by Bayern to the Uerdingen goalkeeper. Was indeed yellow carded as well, so the captain will miss the game next week as well as Konrad. Just for one incident there, very silly from both players. They surely knew that they're on the verge of a suspension. Uerdingen again falling into the offside trap from Bayern. Have been very well organised at the back, despite the changes that they've made. 4 minutes to go. They're cruising at 1-0 up here. Really very few problems caused for them by the home team. Zirkzee towards Yilmaz. The 1-2 here. Just tapping it back to Waltzmüller. This is so frustrating for Uerdingen. The Bayern players are holding on to possession really well and creating an opportunity for themselves, which is taken. It's 2-0 to Bayern. Batista Maya. What a brilliant goal that is. Goodness me. Playing around the Uerdingen midfield like they're cones in a training session. And once Batista Maya got in behind, it was inevitable that he was going to score. That's his 3rd of the season. A lovely finish as well, just tucking it home past the goalkeeper, rolling it in. That's a beautiful ball to him from Zirkzee. And no chance for Königshofer at all, who rushed out to narrow the angle. But it's the nutmeg on the goalkeeper to finish it off from Batista Maya. With 2.5 minutes to go before half-time, it's going to be a very pleasant 15 minutes or so for Sebastian Hoeneß and his side. He will be wanting more of the same in the second half. As for Stefan Reisinger and Uerdingen, well, they're 2 down at home, and deservedly so. They've offered precious little in this 3rd league match so far. And they've been punished twice, an own goal from leukemia and Batista Maya, putting Bayern into a commanding 2-0 lead, which you'd fancy they can hold on to, unless Uerdingen really improve in the second half, and there's a collapse from Bayern. Well, you'd have to say that this goes down as a surprise with the form of the two teams so contrasting. Coming into this, Uerdingen were 5 unbeaten before the winter break. Bayern, of course, were in that dreadful run of only 1 win in 9. This has been a procession in this first half, really. To the final minute of the first half, and it's been a nightmare for Uerdingen. How can they turn this around? They've surely got to make changes, either tactically or with the personnel. I imagine that the players will be getting the hairdryer treatment from Reisinger. That's Grosskreutz here. Tries to engineer something on the right-hand side, but he's well seen off by Richards. It is perhaps one last opportunity here for Uerdingen to go forward. We've got 1 minute of time added on for them to get a lifeline if they can. Bomb forwards and out to Barry, and he drives the ball in there, but it's easily cleared by Bayern again. And then the foul coming in as Bayern try to counter-attack, and that should be that for this first half, which has not gone the way of the home side at all. They've been poor. Bayern have been superb on the other hand, and thoroughly deserved their 2-0 lead going in at the break here. The own goal from Leukemia. Very unlucky, you'd have to say, in the end, but they deserved the 1-goal lead at that stage, Bayern, and they continue to push forward as well. And in the end, Batista Meyer, a couple of minutes before half-time, finished off a wonderful little move, assisted by Xerxes, to beat the goalkeeper and make it 2-0. So a big 15 minutes ahead here for Stefan Reisinger and Uerdingen. Join us in about quarter of an hour to see whether they can turn this game around. Welcome back to the second half here in the Dritte Liga, the match between Uerdingen and Bayern Zwei, the Bayern reserves. The home side have been struggling from the kickoff, and Bayern Zwei have got themselves a comfortable 2-0 lead going in at half-time. Let's see what changes Uerdingen will make here, as it looks as though Osauer, the English striker, is going to come on here to try and bolster the attack for Uerdingen. And they need to change something, as Bayern dominated throughout the half. Only a couple of half opportunities really for Uerdingen. One chip from Bura over the goalkeeper, but onto the roof of the net. That was the absolute highlight for them. For Bayern, they could even be further ahead with better finishing, the likes of Xerxes failing to finish. But a Leukemia own goal, and a fantastically worked goal for Batista Meyer 3 minutes before half-time have given Bayern a big 2-0 lead here. It's going to be a massive 45 minutes as well, as Bayern have been out of form. Uerdingen have been in form, but it's been turned on its head here in this game. As Fruchtel here picks up possession, just getting it away from Osauer. Here come Bayern Zwei again, but that's a lovely interception from Marot. We need to see far more of that, as Uerdingen coming forward in the first half were pretty atrocious. They couldn't hold on to the ball for more than 2 or 3 passes, as Kern has gone down here, and it's another yellow card for the home side. Mbom, the man punished here. Conrad and Leukemia already in the book and suspended for next week. That's incredibly his 8th of the season, apparently. Let's have a look here. The elbow up into the back of the head there of Cairn. Deserved booking. Stop-start beginning to this second half. And there's the confirmation from 8th yellow card. Penalty to Fruchtel. Bayern played it out. Now we can get going with Uerdingen on the ball. They surely can't be much worse than they were in the first half, despite these big-name players at this level. Players who you really think should be doing much, much better in the third league. One of the best squads, in my opinion. Down on the field, it hasn't worked at all today. They've made them look incredibly average. I think that Bayern Zwei will be looking to make any changes at all, really, to the system. Looking for the same performance as in the first half, as Grosskreutz showing his frustration there with the referee. It seems as though the world is going against them at the moment, Uerdingen. Looks as though Grosskreutz had his name taken for that little outburst as well. See Grosskreutz flipping out. No need for it at all. Let's calm down here. The home team not lose their heads. Spoon tries to bomb forward down the left one more time. Throw in here. Looking to go long by the looks of it. Instead he goes to Xerxes. Up the ball. Yilmaz playing it off the full-back Dorda for the throw. As I was expecting Uerdingen to come flying out of the dressing room. It's not turned out that way. This opening 4 or 5 minutes of the second half. There's another yellow card being produced, this time for Yilmaz, who hadn't retreated the 10 yards, and that's his first yellow of the season. And he features only flittingly in the team. Full-back today. That's silly from him, really. Could say that he's helped out his team as Uerdingen were trying to take the early free kick. Barry, who was withdrawn for Ozawa. We barely saw him, really. An exciting player in that first half, and he's been hooked by his coach Reisinger. In fairness, Reisinger could have taken off all of the attacking players after that first half performance. Possession to Bayern time and time again, and not tracking runs, etc, etc. Hasn't got much better in this second period either. Not to mention Osawa, really. Came on at half-time. Need to get him in the game. And Richards up for Zirkzee, and that's a lovely ball through on the left-hand side for Dayaku. Into the box here. Laying it off. Bautista Meyer looking for Zirkzee. I thought he was going to take on the strike instead. It was a confident enough finish for him for 2-0. I thought he would have his tail up and go for the curler from there. Instead he lost the ball trying to find Zirkzee, maybe overplaying it. And that's on the overlap. It. Surely that's a foul off the ball there from Bomb, who's on a yellow card. He's going to have to watch his discipline here, the defensive midfielder. He's guilty there of tugging back, and he's indeed going to get the second yellow card. And Uerdingen's afternoon goes from bad to worse. Well, very, very silly from Mbom. He can shake his head all he likes, but he's got to go. And Uerdingen will see out the remaining 38 minutes or so of this game, down to 10 men. They trail 2-0 against Bayern 2, and that's a massive lift for the away team here. Surely they're going to grab the 3 points from here, just to ease their relegation worries. As for Uerdingen, well, there's more questions than answers in this match today. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, the result is this free kick from Bayern. It's a poor one in the end. And remember that Uerdingen are down to 10. And Zirkzee extends a leg there to try and get the ball. It's going to be the next yellow card. It was Grosskreutz who he took out. Well, the referee, a very busy man in this second period. In my opinion, he got the red card right. The players at the moment just going a little bit over the top. They've lost control of themselves. His third yellow of the season for Joshua Zirkzee. Well, look, that's much, much better from Uerdingen. The ball not quite dropping to get the strike away. Kuhn knocking it out of play. whipped in, and it's got a good shape to it, but no one really getting on the end of it. It was Ura who was furthest forward. They've done more attacking, down to 10, than they did in the preceding time with 11. Let's see if Bayern though can punish them on the break here. In no real hurry to take this goal kick, and the home fans just getting a little bit irate about this. Not enjoying this afternoon at all. There's a long clearance upfield. Marot gets it away with his head. Plenty of space out there now for Bayern 2 surely to exploit. And only Uerdingen down to 10. They've also got to push forward and try and get back into this match. A long ball up towards Zirkzee. It's over his head, but it'll be kept in here. Yilmaz with the cross towards Zirkzee, and he's looped it into the bottom corner for 3-0. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, what are Uerdingen doing here? As Zirkzee heading home with ease. It just seemed to be in slow motion almost. A wonderful cross from Yilmaz, picking out Zirkzee. And that's his first goal at this level. He scored more for the first team than he has for the team at this level. Let's have another look at it here. Weltsmuller finding Yilmaz with the first time ball in, and Zirkzee, well, there's no one really troubling him. And he flicks it on. He knows it's in almost as soon as he gets his head on it. He knows that he's found that bottom corner. And it's Uerdingen 0, Bayern 3. Unbelievable. And with Uerdingen down to 10 here and really struggling. The morale is down. Completely demoralised. This could be even worse for them. If Bayern 2 continue to push forward as they are doing, they can go on the hunt for more and more goals. Their goal-scoring record, of course, is excellent. It's their defending which has been shaky this season. But today they've been, to a man, absolutely excellent. Bomb compounding the misery for Uerdingen with that red card, the second yellow being dished out early in the second half, and it's all downhill. Still over half an hour remaining of this game, and I'm sure that Uerdingen would prefer the full-time whistle to go now. I don't think they're going to get back into this at all. As there's another poor pass as they get into the final third. And driving forward is Weltsmuller. And Batista Meyer tricking himself in the end, allowing Leukemia to clear the ball. Nice snappy passing from Bayern. And it would appear that Uerdingen are not putting any pressure on the ball at all. They need to regain their heads here. This game is pretty much already gone for them. It's surely damage limitation, and you're the home side against a team just above the relegation zone. It shouldn't happen, not with the players they've got. There's something intrinsically wrong. This is Jan Kirchhoff, the huge figure, is going to come on and sit in midfield. Tom Burrer, their top scorer, is off. So raising are reacting, and it does look as though it is damage limitation to take off an attacker and bring on the big man in defensive midfield. Well, he's got a big job here to track these runners from Bayern 2. Having said that, that's better from Ozawa, getting in the face there of Welzmüller, but the ball breaking for Richards. Another chance here for Welzmüller to pick out Kuhn on the left-hand side. It's fired in towards Zirkzee. And the defender just getting there ahead of him. It's flicked in there. Rafinha stretching to get it away at the edge of the box. And Uerdingen giving it away again. This is so sloppy from them. They've got half an hour to go. They can't continue to play like this. It could end up 4-5, 6-0. It's Bayern coming forward in waves against the 10 men. You have to back the likes of Dayaku, Zirkzee, Batista Maya to really punish them. This has been a catastrophe from Uerdingen. So it's the captain Welzmüller to take this out-swinging corner for Bayern. And the header is won by Mai, but it's soaring over the bar there. Another let-off for Uerdingen. Uerdingen can't even get over the halfway line to try and create something. The passing from Bayern has been superb. Can they keep it up, though, against the 10 men for the remaining 28 minutes or so? And here goes Osawa. He's well challenged by Richards. And Mai stepping across to take the ball. I have absolutely no criticisms of Bayern at all. They really have dealt with anything that Uerdingen could throw against them. In the rare opportunities they've had to come forward. It's been one of the easier games of the season for Bayern 2, indeed. As it looks as though they're cruising here to an away win. And they will complete the double over Uerdingen surely. Start of the season, would not have expected that. Into the channel for Batista Maya. On the right-hand side and completely free. Rolling it towards Zirkzee. Stretching challenge coming in to get it away. And Uerdingen are so passive here at the moment. Ball watching. And it's a lovely take for Kuhn towards Zirkzee, who was just on his heels there. I think he thought that Kuhn was going to go for the shot. Richards just looking a little bit uncomfortable. He's feeling the back of his hamstring there. They'll be hoping there's no injury as he picks up the ball. Limping slightly. Something to keep an eye on there. Maybe they will withdraw him as a precaution. Uerdingen just cannot get on the ball at all here. Bayern stroking it around on this Sunday afternoon. And now the chance here. And it's in the end Kirchhoff doing his job to get back and make the challenge. And Dayaku, as Uerdingen are going to make another change here by the looks of things. Uerdingen are being opened up time and time again. It looks as though Richards, his game is done here with that muscle injury by the looks of it. And he picked up a minute or two ago. I think that Uerdingen are going to bring on Kinsombi for the remaining 25 minutes. Bit of treatment here for Richards before I'm sure he will be withdrawn. Richards is limping off here. That left hamstring looks as though it may have just been pulled. Feldhahn getting stripped and ready to come on. As you can see there, it was just as he was jogging on the ball. Richards, an unfortunate one. As we come up towards the midway point in the second half, it's an enforced change for Bayern, but I can't see that making any difference to this game at all. Uerdingen 3-0 down at home, Bayern cruising. Großkreuz doing well there to track the run and get the interception in. There's so much space out there for the Bayern players here. No pressure at all. Kuhn, almost as a left winger here, rather than a full back. In on Baptista Meyer. Combination of Großkreuz and Marot coming out to challenge him as now the changes can finally be made for either side. So it's Rodriguez being withdrawn for Uerdingen, Kinsombi on for him. More of a physical challenge now for Bayern to deal with. And Feldhahn coming on then to replace the injured Richards. Well, with his team 3-0 up away from home, you'd think he's going to have an easy 22 minutes or so in this game. Certainly Richards was never really tested, playing out of position at centre-back. You see there Stiller bringing down Flücke. 10 men of Uerdingen here. They have been absolutely dreadful. Nothing has come off for them at all. Großkreuz. First touch there for Kinsombi, and then turns immediately to run towards goal, but will he get the ball again? Osawa will try to find him. Good pace on the left wing here. Getting to the byline, but unable to deliver. And that's been the case for much of the time for Uerdingen in this game. Once they get into the final third, they really struggle. Giving the ball away sloppily. And their fans not looking happy at all. Faces like thunder all round. Reisinger and Steuernagel deep in conversation on how to turn this around. It looks an almost impossible task. 20 minutes to go, 3 down at home and down to 10 men as well. Perhaps it's time to start thinking about how to lift the team for next week's match. With all of the suspensions, though, that they will face next week, with Leukemia, Conrad and Umbom all missing because of cards they've picked up in this game today. Very indisciplined. There's plenty of space out here on the left-hand side for Kern. The ball out to the left here for Kuhn. Now Zirkzee with the flick on towards Dayaku, and Kirchhoff just stepping in there. Bayern continuing to put the pressure on here. That's a lovely ball down the channel. Weltzmuller just under a little bit of pressure there, but easily dealing with it. Finding Dayaku, looking for an option. So with 17 minutes to go here, surely Bayern going to take the points here. They'll be very pleased with their afternoon's work. They've been brilliant and they thoroughly deserve it. Zirkzee is being withdrawn here. He's the man who flicked in this header, looping it in for 3-0 just after Uerdingen had gone down to 10 men. And it's now a debut for the man on loan from Ajax, Nicolas Kuhn, a very promising up-and-coming player. So Ajax loaning him out. It is to be seen whether Bayern can complete the permanent transfer, but Ajax certainly want to keep him, the young German. And they've sent him here for a bit more experience of professional football. through ball there. Almost picking up the run there. As now Uerdingen can come on the quick break, but Osawa no chance of getting the ball there. The defenders for Bayern have been really focused today, very organised at the back as well, catching Uerdingen offside whenever they have come forward. Gets the ball almost through there, the touch just a little bit heavy. Well, Bayern from here can surely pick off Uerdingen at their leisure. Kuhn looking to do just that. Murrell with an ungainly clearance, but it's now 30-40 yards out for Bayern at least. As the ball is fizzed towards the edge of the box. And kickoff comes out to take control of the ball. And the next ball swung in from Kuhn. It's looked to be a really creative outlet, Kuhn, on that left-hand side. Goes up to challenge. To the right-hand side here. And for Kuhn. Bayern here just seeing out time, really, just over 12 minutes to go before the 90 minutes is up. Not looking to give Uerdingen any chance whatsoever of getting back into this game, not even a consolation. They've really been focused on stopping Uerdingen playing at all. It's been very lackadaisical indeed from the home team. Yaku and Matista Meyer just tapping it to each other, really. So much possession for Bayern 2, as you would expect, up against 10 men, and 3-0 to the good. I think the Uerdingen players, as I mentioned around the hour mark, would have preferred the game just to be called off. It's not been their day at all. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And there's a lot for Reisinger to do here to try and turn this situation around. Should be far higher up the table than they are. A bit more of a driven cross, but too much on it, and it lands for Königshofer to take. It's hardly been the goalkeeper's fault here in this game. An own goal from Leukemia. A lovely goal from Baptiste Meyer, so well created, and then the finish superb through Könighofer's legs, but he was left all alone. And the goal from Zirkzee, a header. And really, Uerdingen's defenders should have been touch tight on Zirkzee. They weren't, and they were punished for it. As we've got 10 minutes to go now. Oh, just trying to command at the back. A little bit too little, too late. There's no Flücke. Tried to get forward. He's faced off by Kuhn and then sprays a lovely ball out towards the left, but it's still so passive from Uerdingen. No one's really looking to rush forward and join the attack. As finally they get a feel for the ball here. As though Uerdingen have accepted their fate here. They're just looking to hold on to the ball for as long as possible. And they've got it. Long ball up towards the attack, though, being easily picked off by Bayern. It's a nice ball towards the left-hand side. Welzmüller. And the chance for four. Kuhn was in there, looking for a goal on his debut. That's balling from Kuhn. And it's a lovely stop from Königshofer. A looping header. And he's turned it over the bar. Well, it looked as though it could have been an own goal. Let's have a look here. And he's Leukemia again, flicking the header on target, but at the wrong end. And nearly the second own goal for him, but Königshofer coming to the rescue for him. As there's going to be a change here. Baptiste Meyer, who scored the second just before half-time to really lift the confidence of Bayern 2, is off. And the talented young striker from Hamburg, Vita Arp, is on, so it doesn't get any easier whatsoever for Uerdingen here. As a long ranger comes in from Kuhn there, fancying his chances. Königshofer diving on the ball though. Has been injured for large portions of the season, not really featured for the second team. Long ball out towards the right-hand side here. It's better tracking from Uerdingen. Leukemia forward. Up towards Osawa. And, well, it was all a little bit half-hearted in the end from him. Looking to take the ball towards the heart of the Bayern defence there, but running out of steam. That's a lovely little flick. And on the run forward. And the attack breaking down. It was Kuhn who was trying to turn into the box to get on the end of that flick from Arp. As the party tricks can come out now for Bayern 2 with just over 5 minutes remaining. next attack building here for Bayern. They'd love just to get one more, just to really show their dominance in this game. So despite the big win, it looks as though it's going to be completed by Bayern today. They still remain stuck in 15th spot, but as I mentioned earlier, the gap to the relegation zone is 5 points now. That's much more comfortable for them. Coming up towards the mid-table area as well. Kaiserslautern in 11th. They're only 3 ahead of them. Uerdingen 4 points above Bayern 2 after this game. In 10th, dropping down after a big win for 1860 against Braunschweig. Dayaku to get to the byline. The decision has been given in the end. Well, it's gone against the man in the white shirt there. He looks frustrated. It's a free kick for Uerdingen. It's been a game to forget for them. Clear their heads in the week before the next match. And they'll have to face it without Leukemia Umbom. There's Conrad in midfield. There's the table as it stands. As I said, Bayern 5 points clear of the drop zone now. It's a very important victory for them indeed. Really needed a boost to their points total. Kuhn. He's been up and down that left-hand side all game long. No fatigue at all. The only blow today really for Bayern is that muscular injury for Richards. It didn't seem too bad. He's up there trying to flick the ball in behind again. Just a little bit too clever perhaps, but with 2 minutes to go and 3-0 up against 10 men, that's the time to start trying these things. Roll with the free kick here. 90 seconds to play. Don't think there'll be too much time added on. I think the referee will feel sorry for the home team here. Bring their misery to an early end. Time in the Dritte Liga, there's not too much time added on anyway. Loose there from Marot, with Arp sniffing around, but Kirchhoff managed to keep the ball. It's unlike the attackers, though, who once again give it away under no pressure. Welzmüller coming away with it here. One more goal here on this attack, and Frustration for Dayaku. I think he's disappointed that he's not on the score sheet for today's game. And we've got a corner as we will tick over the 90 minutes played. So it's been a confident display from Bayern, and they'll be looking to wrap it up with another goal here. It's headed towards goal by Dayaku, who's desperate for the goal. And the referee on that blows the full-time whistle, so a real afternoon nightmare really for Uerdingen. Down to 10 men, they've been drubbed 3-0 at home by Bayern. An own goal for Leukemia. He also almost helped himself to a second own goal as well in the second half. The goal just before halftime from Batista Maya, really cementing a superb display from Bayern. And then in the third goal being headed home by Xerxes. And the last half hour was really a procession from Bayern as they come away with the points here, fully deserving of them as well. Uerdingen were awful, in all honesty, and next week they have to do without Leukemia, Conrad and Mbom because of cards picked up in this game. It was Mbom who got sent off and really left his team in the lurch, but Bayern were superb from start to finish, and they will be celebrating that big win today. So thanks very much for joining us for that Dritte Liga match. Of course, you can join us for more of the same next week. Enjoy your Sunday. From me, it is goodbye.